Okay, so now we are ready for the right hand part of things. So we're going to add a little bit more nuance using the right hand strumming pattern. So we're going to teach you that, and we're also going to show you a little bit of the palm muting that I'm doing as well. So the strumming we're doing for this, remember before we had two strums to choose from. We had the rockabilly strum and we had the rock strum. So those two strums to choose from. This is a kind of combo between the two and a little bit different again. So what I'm doing for this is if I just do one chord. Right hand wise I'm doing is I'm doing top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, meaning the top of the strings, bottom of the strings. And then I'm adding accents in there at the same time. So what I do is going to put my fingers over the strings to start with. I'm going to show you how I do that and break it down. So if I'm doing the strum just real basic, first strum is going to be the top strings, or the first two, the down up part of that. We're going to do a down up on the top strings, and then I'm going to do the bottom, a down up on the bottom strings. Okay, just to learn the basic idea of that. Top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom. And what you'll find is naturally your last upstroke is going to be about in the middle of the strings, because you're going to try and get your way back to the start again. What I mean by that is of those four strums, the 1, 2, 3, 4, we numbered them 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The first is on the top strings, second is on the top strings, third is on the bottom strings, and the fourth is kind of the middle. It's kind of on the way up, sort of, on the way to the beginning again. I'll show you really slowly. Okay, if I put a chord down, like an E chord, and if I did that fast, now the accent in there is actually the backbeat, which is the bottom strings. That's actually the most important part of the song. And so I'm actually flicking it a little bit harder, and I'm using quite a good little strong action on there. And then when we add a bit of palm muting in there, it even sounds more cool. That sort of chugging thing going on. It sounds quite cool. Now what I'm doing also to that strumming pattern, that's quite quick, and we've just gone over that pretty fast, but hopefully you'll be able to have a look at that. And then the right hand side, the palming part, which is the palm muting, that sort of part of it, that's being put in there as well, but it's not so strong because there's a lot of upstrokes in there. So it's happening and it's affecting a small amount of the strums that are going on in there. So out of those 4 strums, it's only affecting a few of them. In fact, it's kind of maybe a cool thing to start really slowly and just get really good at that, doing it like an E chord, just a basic E chord, and just doing that really slowly. So on the first beat, on the downstroke, the very first bit, I'm muting that. But the rest is quite hard to mute because they're in a funny spot, and also it just sounds cool when you actually just do the mute on the beginning. It gives it a percussive feel, it gives it a drive, it gives it almost a foot tap feel to it. Now when people do this for the first time, you'll hear them playing it backwards or upside down sounding, so it'll sound more like this. That's how it'll sound. So if I start on the high part of the strings, that part, it sounds a bit weird. But that's what a lot of people are hearing when they hear this. So be aware that the 1 is the beginning, that little soft part. I hope you know what I mean by that, because that's kind of important when you get to do that. And a lot of people will have an issue with that. So don't worry too much if you do. Just make sure the first beat is strong and it's nice and muted at the same time. So it kind of sounds like it's a bit of a oxymoron. We want it to be muted but strong, percussive, the very first bit. And what I'm doing is I'm also tapping my foot so that my feet, and that helps me. In my head, you'll notice my whole body's going like that. To help with that, to get that groove happening. Okay, so that groove is the same for everything. And you can lift the palm off and on for the whole lot of the chords. So you can have it right off and then bring it on for another chord. Back to C sharp minor, and you can lift it off again. the dynamic range that's happening in there? Way more interesting than just playing the chords and just playing the song as normal. Now there's one other thing we need to look at. Now that is the picking pattern. Now when we're doing that picking pattern, same thing, and just to add a bit more of a colour to it, once you have this down obviously, is just add a bit of the palm in there. So bring the palm down and have some palm muting. You can sort of hear what's going on there, even if I played one of the notes wrong. Notice that as well, that picking pattern, I'm picking some notes out stronger than others. This sort of thing is going on. Hope you know what I mean by that. So that is also going to make your playing super, super cool. It's all in the right hand, guys. The right hand strumming style, the right hand picking pattern, where the palm's going, what I'm doing with the strings, all this colour is coming out of the right hand. I mean, I hope you're really getting this. It's not about the left hand as much as you think. There are cool things going on with the left hand, but it's not as amazing as what we can do with our right hand. That's where the feeling comes from. That's where the pulse comes from. That's where you grab a whole audience in the room and get them tapping their toes and bobbing their heads. That's where it comes from. It comes from the right hand. It's not the tricky stuff in the left hand. I hope that's coming through. I hope you're loving these lessons. I'm absolutely having an awesome time bringing them to you. Please leave your comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Mark the Guitar Guy is because of you guys. It's for you guys. So if you are watching the videos and enjoying the videos, and if you let me know, that makes me inspired to do some more videos and continue on in this vein. And I'm really loving that people all around the world are commenting on this too. So all the way from New Zealand, this is Mark the Guitar Guy signing off. We'll see you again soon.